I'm here. Hi, Joycey. Did you get anything from me yet? Hi, Gail. No, because I didn't stream last Thursday. Hey, Beck. I don't think I did. I swear. All last week was spent trying to get AT&T to fix our internet. Okay, thanks so. Hey, Nancy. All week. I mean, hours every day. And then Randy would get on the phone and I'd be on chat. And it all went out on Monday. And they promised a new modem on Tuesday. It didn't show up until Wednesday night at 11 o'clock. And then we were starting to get a little, we had all of our nice voices on there for a while. You know, oh, thank you. And I know, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then I got on the phone with the supervisor and he said, you haven't seen a technician yet? The problem is in your wiring outside. And I said, no, we haven't seen a technician. We haven't seen anybody. And he said, well, I'm going to schedule one right now. And so I said, he said, I'm going to switch you to the head of technical support, which was a lie. And the guy in technical support took one look at our phone. He said, there's not been an appointment made for. So by this time, Randy's hot. I'm hot. So we got off the phone with all of that mess and called Cox, who we've had before, got a real good deal. And on top of that, they threw in a home security system. That's cool. No monthly, no equipment charge, no deposit, no nothing. We've got an outside camera and 2 doors and a motion detector. So, hey, you know, that's pretty good, and then not paying anymore. Besides that, Cox has that contour thing where you can talk into the remote. AT&T didn't have that, and we missed it a lot. So then we were so mad at them that we called Sprint, and we switched our 20-year AT&T account from mobile to Sprint. And we did it because their offer was too good down. And we're getting twice the number of bars in our, I just saw that blank. StreamYard. Anyway, twice the number of bars. So instead of getting 1, maybe 2 with AT&T, I'm getting 4. And they gave us, hold on to it, they gave us 2 new iPhone 11s and 2 new laptop 7th gen, which are, I have a Pro, and the reason I have a Pro is because I can draw with it easier with the pencil, but we're just going to see. This one, you know, we paid a deposit of $25, so that's all it's going to cost us. So I spent all day yesterday getting all this new equipment, files transferred, and thank God Apple makes it easy because all the files are right there in the cloud. So you just tell it that you want to copy everything that's on your old phone or your old iPad It's just like you never were gone. You just put the old one down, pick the new one up, and everything's the same. There's a few little things that aren't. But anyway, I'm feeling much better about it today. And I am a little bit early. Not much. Not much. Winter, you know, getting dark early and all that. Okay. I don't know how to get that a little bit. That may be why I pulled back. Well, just let me do this just a hair. I'm not sure what I want to do on this painting, which is usually the point where I put them up and find them in 6 years. But I decided to take a look at the value pattern, and this has dark, medium, and light. So I thought I would take a look at mine and see if the value pattern is close. I'm not sure what to do with it. And that is a common issue with painting. When I first started painting, if I could get 10% of the way to finished, I'd feel really, really good. You know, or 25%. And it gradually kept going until it was up around 50%. So I could get to 50% without throwing my hands up and having a panic attack, not knowing what to do next. So I find myself now hitting about 80, 85. So I can get there pretty good without stopping. So my trees, okay, here's what's bothering me. The trees have a little bit too choppy color, so I need to integrate that color a bit. The ground is a little bit busy to me, and I can probably get that down by glazing it some. My water could be a little bit lighter. My sky is fine. I could come back down in here with the sky, and that would help this tree stand out just a little bit right there. So that's where I am. I haven't worked on it since I was with you last. I got to tell you something funny. I'm doing I finally felt like I had time and a little boost on the Freaky Friday sale. And I'm doing Una Biagione's class on drawing the soul. I love her style, so you know it's just extra training. You never quit training. So anyway, this was just an exercise where she wanted us to do an image transfer of this photograph she provided. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do a gel print or a gel plate transfer. Of course, I forgot how I did it the last time, and that was with magazine. But you can do it with inkjet. So I thought, I tried it 2 or 3 times. I needed a fresh inkjet each time. So this time I put a little color down on the plate, and then I thought, no, that's not right. So I did it anyway, and then I started pulling it up, and I realized that I had the image. I messed with it for a few more minutes, and it dawned on me. This is the inkjet print with a glaze of ice blue acrylic on it. But you know what? It kind of looks like a transfer. So guess what? I'm using this. I'm doing that. I'm doing Wanderlust, and I'm doing Face Off. So I promise I am going to juggle all the balls. And I'm looking at the painting. So does anybody have anything to say? Doesn't look like it. We've got a few watching. All righty. Let's start. Remember, we started with the background. Let's go ahead and start pulling this down a little bit. And then we're going to take out a little bit right up here. I'm going to use the back of my finger and just very carefully and I probably need to fix this. That looks like a mistake, even though it's not. That was part of the previous paper. Okay, now we'll build a few little, because the sky is behind the trees. So we want to bring the trees back up, making it look like they are behind the sky, in front of the sky, I mean. Not much, just okay. Bring this tree down a little bit so it's not on the same plane as that one. And I've got the light side of that tree on the wrong side. So it should be over here. And that side should be dark. We'll do the same finger trick over here. I like that texture, but it's kind of taken away from. I want parts of this to be smooth. Not blending here, I'm just getting rid of some texture. This is because of, well, any surface paper will offer you the opportunity to play with the texture or very carefully get rid of it. Just go ahead and bring that up. That's counterpoint. Sky coming down and the stuff going up. And then it just disappears behind that tree, so we don't want that. And some over here. Okay, now that's a little bit better. I need some what do I want? I'm going to use this dark brown. No, I don't like that. Dark blue. The forest, or whatever it is back here, will be set down on the ground a little bit more. So just add a little dark, make it look like there's brush and stuff back there. Bring it up a little bit over here. Okay. Separates it some from the foreground. Hey, all caps if you want to talk to me. Hi, Wendy. Glad you could make it. Glad you could make it. I've been lost in computer land too long. Now, right in this area leading into the center of interest is lighter. So this is a light yellow. Let's see what that does. Because it was a sunny day. And then this little area right here is also a little bit lighter. Oops. That's a little island jutting up. Yellow is always good if you want to lighten something without going to white. My tray is getting out of whack here. Let's just go ahead. But you know what? That doesn't do a whole lot. Kind of connects over here. Darker green. Back to my alarm system. And I don't really want to get that far. And we said we wanted water lighter. This is real pale blue. And then this is light. And then this follows the bank. And the water in the back is darker because of that. Come on. No. Here we go. Thank you. Yeah, see, it's way dark back there, a lot darker than what I have. So let's put a little bit of, and we don't want this lightness going right off the edge. Yeah, it's dark all the way. That's the far bank. And you wanted that to come down a little bit. So and if you don't have enough room to bring it down, what would you do? You do, but let's just go ahead and bring it on down. Now integrate it. And shorten that one. Now be sure to get their shadows. And that's too much. All right, let's see what we can do with the tree. I don't see more capital left. Light glaze. And that's too light. I mean, too dark. a little bit of light green. I'm already liking it better because it's smoother. But you can still see all those different layers under there. Try that same color, purple. That's why I like sticks so well. You can turn them on the edge. And you control how hard you want those lines to be yourself. And it is perfectly straight. You know what? Perfect. Just a little doinky like that. I've got some mess going on up here. I don't like that. It's looks too yellow next to the let's see. Gail, have you gotten your UART paper yet? And I'm going to make that bigger. I thought about that the other day while it was sitting in the observation spot. I'm telling you, the clear gesso makes a real good ground. I'll get it in a minute. It's about the trees. We'll take it even bigger. Because I want all these to be different, and all of a sudden they were beginning to be all the same. And that comes just about like that. And this comes just about like that. I'll lose a few edges. And just because I want a lost edge, I don't want it to be all the way. So I'm just kind of putting okay, let me check on you guys. Okay. And the tree looks like a tree trunk. I mean, like a telephone pole. At least give it a little bit of a. Okay, now let's just see what we can do down here that and lighten that a little bit more and narrow that a little bit to give it some interest. I can connect my dark. I can lighten here. And I'll let those just fade off. Puppy's gone. Okay, some bright surprises. The ground is beginning to fill up. That's when you start working more with your really soft pastels. Alrighty. It's time for a big rest on this one. Landscapes are not my favorite, as I've told you. Okay. Whoops. New phone doesn't have a case on it. So I was used to that lip that I picked up. Oh, thank you, Wendy. I don't know. Jury's out, so we'll see. All right, hush. Let me go let him out. I will be right back. And that'll buy us some more time. I'll be right back. Come on, everybody, go out. Happy? Go pee. Okay, that work when they need back. Yep, sorry. That lighting that water helped, I think. All right, let me get a picture of it. Okay, now that's something else I want to start. I'm just clamping this into an old school clipboard. I don't think those hold it anymore. They might. This is a sheet of Wallace paper from probably 2005. And I didn't like what I had done on it, so I just took it and washed it off. Which is what you can do with nice sanded paper. Oh, okay. Now, the other thing that I want to do, what I'm thinking about. Doesn't really matter. You know how you do, that's not going to stick. Like ATCs all at once and then cut them up. That's just clear, yeah, so hopefully that will. We'll put some of this on. That may not work. Good idea. Let me get an alien ticky tacky glue. Yeah, it would have stuck, I think. Given some time. And then I'll have to put dirty fingers. Come on, you can do better than that. We decided that these little wipes from Dollar Tree, $1 for 50. And I bought those Amazon wipes for $2 in a pack of 6. And they're better wipes, and there's more in a package. So, you know, this will be good enough to keep around, but I like the jar, the canister it's in. Okay, clean hands. Yeah, I don't want that. I need this. Now, more clean gesso, clear gesso on top to give that some juice. Are you with me? Huh? And I'm going to do some little pastels, ATC size. I'm not a very good experimenter, so usually it helps if I see somebody else do something first. This is where mixed media meets art. Okay, that all down good. Oop. Okay, there they are. It can be messy. Some texture. All right, I'll be right back to let them in. God forbid they have to wait. I'm coming. There's part of a red pastel in the floor. Wonder where the other half of it went. Sometimes I think just sitting in the floor working would be better. Okay, let me see what y'all are saying. Hi, Wendy. I must have missed you, but okay. Keep going, keep going. Drink water. It'd be too much to expect a ruler, wouldn't it? I want to see if I need these edges. So it's 12 divided by 3.5. No, 2. If I do it horizontal, 3.5, 2.5, 5, 10 with 2 left over, 2 inches left over. So I don't really need it on that side. Now this side is 18 divided by 3.5, 18, 7, 14. I think we're good without it either way. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is put all this stuff on. And then put some color, just splash some color and let all that dry. You know, kind of just splash it. I like my ice paper. And I think I'm going to use some PH Martins because I bought a new set. And I got a bunch of old ones from a friend of mine. It'd be a real good way to get rid of them. The previous set. No point in doing your fingers until you get. I'm gluing over here where you can. Let's just put it like that. Perfect. A little bitty landscapes done on an ATC size piece of paper can be really cute, especially when framed in like a ad opening for. Doesn't have to be straight, does it? Okay, you want to be straight. You know, and like a mat like this with just an opening for the little picture can be really nice. 1, 2, 3. If you think of your little ATCs like that, you can get some cool frames anywhere. 5x7 meant for photographs, and sometimes you can find one with a mat that works. Got to decide if I want frozen dinner or leftover stir fry. Since Randy's gone duck season. I watched a movie not a movie, but the other night. Men just love traipsing around in the mud and the water, getting up at daylight. Let's keep going. And then they're calling these ducks in, and the ducks fly in, and 8 or 10 men come out from behind a tree and start shooting at them. And you can't tell who got what duck. And then when the sun comes up, they quit. And then they lay out all the ducks they got for the day. On a big tree, dead tree, and take pictures and hoo-ha and spit. And then go back to if it's a ritzy duck club, they go back to the club for breakfast. They've got down South Arkansas, which is the duck hunting capital of the world. They'll have they have cooks and everything, bunk houses. And they go back and have just a wonderful breakfast, and then everybody goes back to bed. And they take naps, and then they get up and do it again for the afternoon hunt. So I'll just stay here. Thank you very much. And any man that does that ever bitches at any woman because she buys craft paint, let me tell you something. That stuff is not cheap. From waders to the guns to the travel to get there to buying the duck decoys and the battery operated duck decoys, and it's funny. Oh, I've had this for a long time. Well, I've had this little box of paint for a long time too. Are y'all enjoying my dribble? I could be a basketball player. I dribble so well. Just trying to keep a little bit of a focus on cutting this up. I didn't mean to get a white one again. I think I'm thinking. It's scary when I start thinking. I'm gonna go ahead and put the gesso on these little papers. And I can use the liquid pH Martin colors without it affecting the sanded surface. Won't fill the tooth. Okay. Put one right here. Okay. I'm checking you guys. Everybody's getting messy fingers today. Yeah, me too, Beck. And I don't even like to eat the duck. Even though Randy's done it so long, he knows exactly how to prep it. That was not a red pastel. That was a red acoustic. Okay, that makes me feel a whole lot better. Okay. Shit. Scar. Oops. Oopsie. Didn't spill. Okay, here we go. I could get a brush, but I did a pastel painting for my friend Urana a couple years ago. Well, a lot of years ago. 05, I think it was, or 11. I don't remember. I had done a book for her, and she was the founder of the Pastel Society, the International Association of Pastel Societies. And they have a workshop, a conference every 2 years. So anyway, she wanted to do a book that featured all the artists that have made livings as professional artists, because she got the pastel world, the demand for pastels back. It had been pretty much dormant. So I did this book. It was a huge undertaking. It was like 250 pages. And she was married to a guy who kind of wanted to be the center of attention. So every time I'd get her all set to proofread and write and do stuff like that, he'd want a party or, something that took her away from what I needed. Anyway, did this full sheet pastel, and I used an image transfer on the whole thing for my background, and then pasteled on top of it. I'll show y'all a picture of that someday. She's gone now. Bless her little heart. All right, now clean fingers. And I know her daughter doesn't know what to do with all the paintings and stuff. So she's just going to give them away. I sure would like to have mine back. Isn't that awful? And then Urana had one of my oils too. Okay. Queen goes yum. I'm going to dry this now. And that can't be there, you know that. Okie dokie. And we have texture. Okay. I don't want to mess up all that grit down there, but I'll figure it out. There's a dry one. Oh, that's a wet one too. All right. I just want to do something to catch the ink when it drips. And if y'all weren't here, I would probably take my tray and empty it, but I like to keep that dust. Okay, excuse me very much. I'll be right back. Get some colors. You know what? Be quicker. You can deal with those that have half a thing in them, you know, half full. Anyway, this is what I got. I got it for $20. This is the Radiant. They are inks. They are not water like dust. So I can just do I'm going to do a little bit of orange and turquoise blue, and that will give me my colors that I get on the gel plate. I knew what I was doing. It'd be dangerous, guys. Electric green. I didn't yank that. Let's try a different blue. That looks like a phthalo. That's turquoise, but still. This one is juniper green. True blue. I may end up making a great big old mess, but I bet we can fix it. There's some more of the true blue. I'm not sure that blue's any better. Let's put a little bit saddle brown in there and see if we can turn some of it down a little bit. Now watch me end up with mud, because that's what I do. What is going on with my little Helmholtzy thing. It's got an off switch, doesn't it? There. Now, you know what? I'll be okay on this since I'm going to do landscapes. You can tell these are dye-based because the colors are so extreme. I hear y'all going, bleh. Bleh. What is she doing? She don't know. And that's just going to make, unless it sits on top. I just squirted myself in the face. It kind of just sat on top. It didn't mix. This is Moss Rose. I'm really going to have the winning fingers. You see why. You can see why. This is dye. And since that works so well, I say I don't want turquoise. Ooh. And it looks like some of my tape might be, because I didn't wait for it to dry, of course. Sorry for the big dry. I thought that Gail, I thought I would let things settle. It's just been a few months. And I didn't want to sound crass or anything. Yeah, blurred. That's a good one, Joycey. Okay, the next step would be determining if I need more grit. And the tape, I think I do. I still got grit on the paper. So let's do that. Welcome to my house, little new phone. You're going to have everything on you. Been wanting a new iPhone for a while, but there wasn't anything wrong with the one I had. So I went for a 6S Plus, which is the big mammer jammer. And now this one has a little bigger screen, but smaller footprint because they figured out how to. They don't have to have that big bezel edge. That took up all the extra room on mine. Has anybody seen Asher today? Okay. And again, I don't have to have it smooth. I went ahead, I got a 50% off deal on Freaky Friday from PH Martin's. So I splurged and ordered all of the Hydrus colors. And they are pigment, so they'll be just like watercolor. But we have these, so we're going to use them. All right. I get to go back in now and finish setting up Randy's iPad. I will still keep my other one because there is a difference in the kind of apps that they can use. Believe it or not, I do some drawing on the iPad. All right, I think we've got some stuff going on we can work with. And once this dries, then I could cut them apart. And then I can tape them and get to work on some little minis. Alrighty. Been on here a little more than an hour. That doesn't look too bad in the camera. Let me take one for Instagram. Got some pretty colors on there. Well, I hope y'all got some good stuff done today. I've got ink stained fingers along with you, but I don't care. It means I'm an artist. So that's all I got to say about that. All right, guys, I appreciate you coming, and spread the word, like it, share it. We'll get this, get my viewers back up a little bit since I started doing more routine. And I will see you guys the next time I see you, for sure, on Thursday and maybe tomorrow. You can't ever tell. So I'm gonna go. See you. Bye. Love ya.